Welcome back to Tenino. You just watched a classic of a football game as the Tenino Beavers knock off the Onalaska Loggers by a final score of 20-14. It is now time to wrap up this broadcast with the Aldersons Awards West post-game show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. Back here in Tenino, for those watching live or on demand, or if you are watching the post-game show and the recap on Eli Sports Network, it was just a fun football game. Old school smash mouth from start to finish. These two teams got after it. Two physical squads just going to work. Onalaska would come out. Their defense would absolutely shut down the Beaver rushing attack in that entire first quarter. The Beavers would come alive in the second quarter, scoring a touchdown late to make it 14-6 with Takari Hickel 4-yard touchdown run to get Tenino on the board. The couple of touchdown runs for Onalaska came on a 45-yard touchdown run from Colby Mozingo, followed by a 4-yard touchdown run from Gunnar Talley. That made it 14-0. The touchdown run by Hickel from 4 yards out right before the end of the half made it 14-6 again. That big run by Marshall Haight, they called him out at the 1 on what would have been a touchdown as time expired. He was knocked out short to take us to the half. And in the second half, Tenino, who just looked like a different team, that defensive line showed up and started making play after play after play. Takari Hickel as well as Randy Marty. Marty had that big sack, which really forced the Loggers to actually have to punt the ball back to Tenino. After Tenino would draw within just 2 points on a touchdown run by Tristan Whitaker from 2 yards out, made it 14-12. And then the first play of the big drive, a 61-yard touchdown run from Dylan Spicer that just blew the roof off this place. There's no roof, but if there was, it would have been blown off. Trust me, Dylan Spicer, electric on that run to give the Beavers the lead. They succeed on the 2-point conversion to make it 20-14. Onalaska, an opportunity, but the Beaver defense comes up big, knocking Colby Mozingo out of bounds, 1 yard short of the first down to turn the ball over on downs, and the Beaver offense able to get a couple of first downs to seal the deal on this one to keep the Beavers undefeated. They're now 4-0. The Onalaska Loggers drop to 1-2. A tough loss for the Loggers, but what a football game it was tonight. It was an honor to call this one. Next up for the Loggers, they will return home to take on a good Toledo Riverhawk squad next week. Meanwhile, for the Tenino Beavers, they will hit the road for their first league game, visiting Eatonville next Saturday. That game will be a weekend game. On Saturday, it will kick off at 1. The Loggers play at home next Friday. Kickoff scheduled for 7. It is now time for our players of the game. First, our visiting team player of the game, brought to you by Pacific Sports Spa in Chehalis. Pacific Sports Spa can get you back in the game in a hurry and is a leader in rapid recovery. Go get game ready at Pacific Sports Spa. For the Onalaska Loggers, we had to go with Marshall Haight. He was just a freak out there, just ground and pound. He took a beating from this big Tenino defensive line. He finishes unofficially 22 carries, 148 yards. He took a lot of shots in this one, but man, he just kept chugging along. They make him different out there in Onalaska, and Exhibit A and B are the Haight brothers. It went from Ashton to Marshall, and Marshall has just kept things rolling. What a performance from him. Congratulations to Marshall Haight. Now it's time for a home team player of the game, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center in Centralia, Chehalis, and South Bend. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. Little bit of an interesting call here. You don't normally see this, but we have to go with the punter. Sal Ontiveros kept the Beavers in this game. He just kept downing Onalaska deep inside their own territory, put a ton of air under every single punt, made it tough for the Loggers to get any sort of return going. Sal Ontiveros, first time I've ever given a punter player of the game, but he deserved it after an incredible performance there. I know Paul He'll be editing this. Trust me, Paul, you just have to watch the film. Sal Ontiveros, incredible performance punting the football. He is the player of the game. Congratulations to both Sal Ontiveros and Marshall Haight, players of the game. That is going to do it for this edition of High School Sports on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Again, the final score, the Tenino Beavers knock off the Onalaska Loggers by a final of 20-14. I am Matthew King. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Friday night. We hope to see you down the road for more high school sports on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Good night.
Thank you for watching and subscribing to the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Remember, a portion of your subscription goes back to the schools. We can't wait to see you again.